I'm David Cochran with the Liberal campaign in Vancouver, where the party is about to hold its first major rally of this election campaign. British Columbia is an important province for the Liberals' electoral hopes. It is one of the most important yet unpredictable battlegrounds in this election. The first candidate rally is in an NDP-held seat, and that gives you a clue to what the Liberal strategy is here. They think in British Columbia their best chance of gaining is at the NDP's expense, so expect to see Justin Trudeau in the opening days of this campaign be a frequent visitor to NDP-held ridings.
I'm Katie Simpson in Vaughan, Ontario, just north of Toronto. Andrew Scheer is spending time here because this is a middle-class suburban community where the cost of living is shooting up. Scheer thinks that his message, that a Conservative government will leave more money in your pocket, will resonate with voters who live in communities just like this. Strategically, Scheer needs to pick up seats in this vote-rich part of the province if he's going to have any shot at winning a majority government. And that same strategy is why Scheer started today in Quebec. He's going on the offensive, trying to make big gains in both provinces in the hopes of taking Justin Trudeau's job.
I'm Hannah Thibodeau in Mississauga, Ontario, that's near Toronto, where NDP leader Jagmeet Singh is now hunkering down for debate prep. While the other leaders are flying about, Singh started his bus tour in London, Ontario. The NDP's limited war chest will keep Singh's team on the ground for the first couple of weeks with only one official campaign bus, and the plane will only take off towards the end of the campaign. The party is struggling to get a full slate of candidates with over 100 still to be nominated. But Singh says he can show Canadians he is the viable alternative to the frontrunners, the Liberals and the Conservatives. Many polls suggest he is in a tight race for third place, with Elizabeth May's Green Party nipping at the NDP's heels.
And the Greens are hoping to capitalize on those strong numbers in public opinion polls. May kicked off her campaign in Victoria today, arguing that the status quo hurts efforts to fight climate change.
It's time for every so-called leader of every party to join us and accept the targets that are driven by science, not by politics.
The Green Party has some momentum after strong provincial performances, and they have a goal to win the 12 seats needed to gain official party status. Former Harper Cabinet Minister Maxime Bernier is making his debut as a party leader in this election. His People's Party of Canada is focusing today on immigration policy.
And we're the only party with a proposal with fewer immigrants.
And Yves-François Blanchette launched the Bloc Québécois campaign in Quebec City. The party is looking to bounce back after failing to win official party status in the last two elections. So on this day one of the campaign, where do the parties stand? Eric Grenier is CBC's poll analyst. Eric, for two parties, this race has started off in a very, very tight, very close way.
Yeah, pretty much as tight as it can get. Let's look at those numbers nationwide in the poll tracker. We have the Liberals and the Conservatives tied at 34% apiece. We have the New Democrats. They're trailing right now in third at 13%. Not too far behind is the Greens at just 11%, the Bloc Québécois at 4%, about 19% in Quebec, and 3% for the People's Party. So a very close race on day one of the campaign for first place, and also a close race for third.
Okay, obviously, though, those numbers don't always translate into seat numbers because it does depend on where you have that support. What are the polls projecting there?
Well, yeah, let's take a look at the seat projection from the poll tracker. Because the Liberals have a lead in Quebec, in Ontario, whereas the Conservatives are running up numbers in Alberta and the Prairies, the Liberals are favored in the seat count right now. Project them to win somewhere around 165 seats, maybe around 140 for the Conservatives. But you can see that the ranges overlap quite a bit and that both parties theoretically could get over the majority mark. Look at the other end of the line, though. Bloc Québécois and the New Democrats, they're actually in the running for that third spot in the House of Commons. And the Greens, they could win a couple more seats. They ended the Parliament with 2. They might want to double that.
Okay, so anyone's guess how this is going to end at this point, I guess, Eric.
Yeah, it is a toss-up, but right now you'd have to give a small edge to the Liberals because of how their vote breaks down across the country.
Okay, Eric, I'll never get tired of those graphics. Thanks for being here tonight. Talk again soon.
Thanks.